Hi there. So I know my channel is mainly based on tarot, but today I thought I'd come in here and talk about some astrology stuff because why not? It's really fun to talk about, and I've been into astrology for like 4 years at this point, so I got a lot to say about it. I just kind of want to talk about what I think about your sign. This is what I have to say about you, and just like experiences I've had with each of the signs because I find that it's really interesting. Now the sun sign is super general. If you want to get into astrology more, you would want to look up your natal chart. I'll put a link to a natal chart generator down in the description so you can check out your natal chart, see what's going on with you. I plan on coming out with more videos about like the different placements, like explaining them, so subscribe if you want to. So Aries people, I haven't really been close to any Aries people, but I would like to because there's this thing about Aries, like you guys have this drive and you just do you and you're so original, like without even trying. Like you don't care what people think about you, which is really admirable in my opinion. I wish. I'm getting there, but like Aries are almost like born with that innate capacity to just not care about what people say and like do their own thing and just be original. That being said, I find that people think Aries are super crazy, you know what I mean? And I have met Aries that are like that like, oh my gosh, the stories I've heard from Aries people. But I also have met Aries that are really kind of quiet and shy, that are tame. I think that's the thing about Aries, is that you guys kind of just, you do your own thing, you know what I mean? And if your thing is like being quiet and being into like things that aren't, you know, not like partying, like, you know, that kind of thing that people expect from Aries, you just do that. I don't know, you stick to your own stuff and you like mind your business. That's what I really like about Aries, is that like you just mind your business. Like Aries aren't really big on like trash talking or anything. They just kind of stay in their lane and focus on themselves, and people can like definitely associate that with selfishness. Like, I mean, it can come across that way, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes Aries can be pretty selfish, Aries placements in general, but at the end of the day, it's just because you guys are just staying in your own lane and you just focus on yourself, like hardcore. Alright, Taurus. I'm not gonna lie, I've had bad experiences with Taurus. My dad is a Taurus and my brother is a Taurus. I love my brother. He's like the best Taurus I know. Hasn't done me dirty at all, ever. My dad, on the other hand, you guys definitely kind of stay stuck in a certain time period, I feel like, where you stay stuck in energy. It's really easy for you guys to be stuck. I also feel like if you come from like a toxic environment, toxic household, that stuff is really hard to get out of your system. Like you don't really know how to like expand out of that energy. Being a Taurus it can be rough, honestly. Like I feel for you guys, but I have been done dirty by Taurus. And, you know, I'm not gonna get into it, but one of my best friends in high school was a Taurus, and you guys really love food. I know it's like something, I mean, everyone says this about Taurus, like you guys really have, but you guys have good taste, okay? Like you guys have an eye for like things that are nice and things that have value. You guys honestly have an eye for aesthetic, even if you're not, I don't know. People forget that Taurus is ruled by like Venus. People think, you know, oh, Libra, you know, Libra's that aesthetic sign, but honestly Taurans, you guys have aesthetics for sure, and you guys like, you know what you like. You also have a strong sense of self, like, and a strong core, so like if someone wants you to do something you don't want to do, you're probably, you know, not gonna do it. You're not someone who like is very lenient with that stuff. You know when to put a stop to something and, you know, speak your mind. So I do like that about Taurus. I will say you guys should work on your stubbornness. I mean, come on, like let me not be the stereotypical astrologer and be like Taurans are stubborn and they love food, but like you guys are kind of stubborn. But you guys are also really sensual. I feel like you guys have like good taste in music. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I gotta say about Taurus. Now Gemini would have to be one of my least favorite signs, just because I never click with a Gemini, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been done dirty by a Gemini. I feel like everybody's been done dirty by a Gemini. Like how do they not do you dirty? You guys are so good at just switching up. I think it's in your nature, because at the end of the day, Gemini is like, you guys have this identity crisis every single day because you don't know who you are or what you are. Sometimes like you want to be everything and you want to do everything, and like your mind will be like in 12 different places at once. It's kind of concerning. Are you guys okay? You guys are really multifaceted individuals, so I mean, I do admire that about you. And also, you're on the positive side of Mercury, like the light side of Mercury, so you definitely have an easier time speaking and like just, you know, speaking in general versus like a Virgo who's also ruled by Mercury. It's a little more challenging for them, like that's why they think a lot before they speak. Geminis also overthink a lot, but you guys kind of have this thing where honestly you don't think before you speak. You just kind of speak and it just kind of comes out, but honestly it comes out really well. And like you guys just know how to talk. Like people just listen to you guys because it's just fascinating to listen to you guys talk. Especially if you have Gemini and Mercury, like wow, you guys know how to talk. You could be like a lecturer. I don't know, Gemini. Still waiting for a good one to come into my life and prove the other ones wrong. You know, kind of set that slate clean. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm not a Gemini, so I don't know how to talk. Next, we have Cancer. So Cancers, honestly, used to be my favorite zodiac sign. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But Cancers, you guys are alright. You guys are alright. I get you. You know, you're sensitive. The only thing is, like, I don't like how you guys just cry to like make people feel bad for you, like to get sympathy. I'm not really down with that. Cancer, might want to not do that. A little self-awareness might be in check there. Cancers, you guys are ruled by the moon, so you're really like going through the motions, going through all the emotions, all of the emotions. My experiences with Cancers, I've drawn a lot of Cancers into my life, my whole life, because I have a major Cancer placement, and I'm not going to expose what my placement is, but I have a major Cancer placement, and I feel like that is why there's been so many Cancers in my life, because I like relate to you guys, you know? You're just sensitive, you're empathetic, but you know what I find is that Cancer suns are like empathetic to a point, you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes you guys have an ego. You're like, okay, empathetic, but then when it comes to you, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like the empathy only goes towards yourself. Like you have empathy towards yourself and like you feel bad for yourself, but then when something's happening to another person, you're kind of like, eh. You know what I'm saying? There's some Cancers like that. I don't know. I've met certain Cancers that are like that. And then other ones like will actually care. You know, they'll be like, oh, they're going through something. Like, let me be there. Yeah, I don't know. Cancers, you guys are all right, but you're a little shady too. I'm gonna be real. Okay, next we have Leo. You guys are really selfish. When you're generous, you're still selfish. Does that make sense? Because everything's gotta be about you. You will help people and like be generous and like all this stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all about you. You also are really sensitive. People say Cancers are sensitive, but honestly, nothing like a Leo. I've had Leos do me dirty. Leos are really passive aggressive. Like I said, they're sensitive. Like you do something wrong and their ego is like, the dramatics are on, bitch. It's like Hollywood right now. I do say that Leos are very entertaining and they will be there for you if you need them, if you're a good friend of theirs. They are a high maintenance sign to be friends with, to be with. Known a few in my life. They're good party friends. People say that about Sag, but I feel like Leos are also good party friend. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't hurt a Leo's feelings because they're just gonna blow it way out of proportion. Like, girl, I know a Leo that burnt someone's mattress because they were upset at them. So don't do the Leo dirty. People think Scorpios are out for revenge, girl. Leos. Next, we have Virgo. I like the humility in a Virgo, you know what I'm saying? And I like the logic. Just the like, let's be realistic right now. Let me give you a little reality check. Sometimes they be doing that a little too much. It's like, I didn't need that reality check. Okay, now you're just hurting my feelings. I do love a good Virgo, you know what I'm saying? Some of them are a little too, like I said, too critical. Way too critical of themselves. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, like calm down, it's not that serious. More than anything else, like, if they're critical of you, like just wait until you see how they are to themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like Virgos, I don't know, they're kind of just chilling. I haven't really been close to a lot of Virgos, but the ones that I have known have always been really nice and helpful, and just like they're a little like naive and like innocent. They're very innocent seeming. Like a Virgo just seems so like pure, like little angel, you know? I don't have much to say about Virgos, but I feel like when you get to know them, they're really funny and they can actually be pretty dirty. They can be pretty dirty. Alright, after Virgo is Libra. So Libras, I love Libras actually. There's some Libras that have annoyed me just because they're also naive like the Virgo. Libras will get invested in you. Libras will like care about you. It's cause like they almost don't have that sense of self, so that they look for that in like other people, and they hold their friends really near and dear to them, and they just really find their friends like important. I feel like Libras are just so good at connecting with others and making connections. The only thing about Libras is that they can be really fake, but honestly, I've also met Libras that are really upfront and like will tell you what they're feeling. Like they'll be like, that's not cool. Like they're not afraid to speak their mind if they're a developed Libra. Libras that are a little underdeveloped or have maybe like, I don't know, like water in their chart or something would be a little more reserved and probably a little more passive aggressive and are more likely to like ghost you. They're a little too lenient, like they go along with anything just because they don't really know what they want. That's not the worst thing I've heard about a zodiac sign, so I actually really like Libras. Libras also have great style. Even if they themselves might not have the best style, they always like have an aesthetic, like their Tumblr, their Pinterest, like they got something and like they know like what's cute, what looks good. They have a good eye for aesthetic, like interior design. They're really artsy actually, and like Libras can be really crafty too, like with their hands, like they do a lot of stuff, which I find really interesting. I'm like, you guys are an air sign, but you're crafty. Okay, I see you. Libras are just really good friends, in my opinion. Unless you're with an underdeveloped Libra, then they'll just like talk trash about you probably, which we don't mess with over here, but yeah. Next we have Scorpio. I really like Scorpios. Scorpios are cool. Scorpios are intense. They have so much confidence, like a Leo. They're also a little selfish like a Leo. Scorpios I feel like can be a little selfish. I feel like it's because they just look after themselves. They have like such a lone wolf mentality. I feel like that they just look after themselves, and then sometimes they forget about like helping others or being there for another person. That is unless they have like Earth in their chart or like something like that, something that makes them helpful, but otherwise they can be a little bit selfish and just be focusing on themselves. They're also very sexual, like they're not afraid to speak about sexuality and like, you know, maybe post a little booty pic. They want you to see them, you know, they want you to view them sexually, and they find that is like very powerful. I do love a Scorpio woman. I feel like they're very powerful women, and like there's something in their eyes. It's like, wow, you know? It's just really intense. You just get kind of engulfed in their energy. Sometimes though, I find that Scorpios can lie a lot. They can be like compulsive liars. I wonder why. I feel like it's because they want to be so secretive and like they don't want you to know their real self, that they kind of come across like they come up with this concoction of like what they want to seem like. Does that make sense? And then like if they post stuff on social media, they like edit it a lot. Next we have Sagittarius, one of my other fave signs. I would say I love Sagittarius like people on like social media, like Sagittarius YouTubers, Sagittarius musicians. Like they're really cool people. They're really driven people. The only thing is like Sagittarians can be a little too intense sometimes with like their opinions and beliefs and stuff. I know you're a very philosophical sign, but your philosophy might not fit with my life. But I love a Sagittarius because they don't give up and they're so positive. Like they're so positive. Sagittarius are ruled by, I believe, Jupiter, which is the planet of luck. And so if you know a Sagittarius or you are one, you might just have really good luck because you're born under that planet's energy. Like I'm jealous of you guys. You guys love to travel, obviously. Traveling, like talking about new experiences, like new foods you've eaten and stuff like that is really interesting to you guys. You're just really unique. Almost like an Aries, but in a more positive way. Aries can be unique in like, you know, like maybe a shy, passive kind of way, or like in an aggressive way. Sagittarius is unique in a very positive way, and they always like impact me positively. The ones on like social media, I've had Sagittarians in my life personally, and they haven't been the greatest. I do have one Sagittarius friend that is pretty cool, but I don't know, some of the other Sagittarians I've met are Your guys' one flaw is like that escapist tendency. Sometimes you guys escape with humor. I find like Sagittarians, you guys will just joke about something really bad that's going on in your life and it's like, that's not funny. You know what I mean? I'm the kind of person that really wants to help someone, but sometimes a Sagittarian will just like put themselves in a bad situation and they don't want help. They just kind of like the toxicity. Sometimes I find that Sagittarians kind of find a thrill in toxicity, which not my vibe, but whatever, you do you. Next we have Capricorn. Capricorns are those workhorses, you know, y'all are the goats, like actually. I do love a Capricorn woman. Notice how I'm only saying women though. I love a Capricorn woman. Man, we're not even gonna get into that unless you want me to, comment below. But Capricorns can be really hardworking and they're just like really driven. And honestly, they don't speak a lot about things that they accomplish. They just kind of do them. Very similar to Aries people. They're really just driven. It's that goat slash, what is Aries? Aries is the ram. Yeah, that goat ram like similarity in your guys' like animals, like your zodiac animals. There's a lot of similarities there. A Capricorn is a lot more rational. A Capricorn is a lot more earthy. Capricorns are also really crafty. I haven't really been close to a Capricorn. My mom is a Capricorn and I don't know, I just find that you guys are just really persistent and you don't really give up. You're really strong-willed and strong people. You guys just think about the future and like your prosperity. How can you make something of yourself? That's kind of like the number one thing on a Capricorn's mind is like, how do I find success? You guys are really success driven and you're really successful people because of that, because you go after what you know is going to bring you stability and what is going to bring you money. Capricorns are pretty money driven and honestly I admire that about them because they just know how to, like, that business oriented mindset. Like you guys just know how to do it and you can build yourself up from the bottom like easy. Next up is Aquarius and I love Aquarians. You guys are so unique, so funny. You guys just know how to like turn on the charm in like kind of a humble way. But then again, Aquarians also can have an ego. You guys are into the weird stuff. You're open to a lot of different ideas. Aquarians just have like also can have a really unique style and I really like that about them as well. I just like how logical that the Aquarius is. Aquarians don't let emotions get in the way of other stuff. They know how to just be like, all right, let's like laugh this off. Like it's not a big deal. With an Aquarius, things are never really that deep and I love that about them. They don't really get super serious or intense about certain things. Like maybe sometimes like behind the scenes, but up front and like just day to day, and Aquarius doesn't really like read into stuff. You guys just like go through it laughing and like making other people laugh, making other people smile, being refreshing to everyone because you're just so different. And I know this is gonna like feed a lot of Aquarians' ego, but you guys also need to chill with like with the conspiracy theories, also with like the ego, kind of just like, I know you guys think you're the most like educated and like cool, like different person in the room, but like sometimes you gotta give that spotlight to someone else. It can't always be you, Aquarius. You and Leo are sister signs, so you have some similarities, but yeah, like the Aquarius can definitely want the spotlight, crave the spotlight. You guys care a lot about other people. You guys are humanitarians, you care about others, you care about the collective. You guys are one of the most likely to like stand up for someone else, not stand for things that are unfair. Same with Libras. Libras will do that too. Keep being weird, Aquarius. And lastly, we have Pisces. I haven't been close to too many Pisces, but I find that Pisces are very artistically inclined. It's also kind of crafty. You guys can be really like sensitive. I find that I either meet a Pisces that's super sensitive or like the complete opposite. There's Pisces that are like really tough. Wow, sorry. There's Pisces that are like really tough. Stop. There's Pisces that are really tough and then there's Pisces that are really like soft and like there's that duality because it's like the two fish. I mean, one could be the other, you know, one day and then like switch it up. It's almost like that Gemini duality. Pisces, you guys are either really tough or like really sensitive. And the ones that I've met are just really like artistic. They do really cool stuff. You guys are super creative people. Or like if you're not creative, you just go with the flow. Like somehow you end up making things happen. You just go with the flow. You're really good at doing that. Like a Pisces isn't gonna be mad because plans were changed. They're not ones to like have fixed plans. Like they will go with like anything. They'll go anywhere. They're like down for anything. You can count on a Pisces to just be down to like leave the house in, you know, a few minutes and just like go do something somewhere. They're just really mutable. I mean, there are mutable signs, so it makes sense. Oh yeah, Pisces are also really sweet, and I feel like they're also really empathetic, but some of you guys be living in a fantasy world like no one else is living there. Literally, you live in your head rent free. Where are you guys? Like, because you're not in the real world. Sometimes you guys can really feed into that fantasy world of delusions and illusions. So that's like one of the downsides of the Pisces energy. But honestly, the Pisces that I've met have actually been pretty grounded and logical. That's because the Pisces that I've attracted into my life have had a lot of earth placements. So they're a lot more grounded than like a Pisces with like water or like fire placements. You guys, woof, you guys are like, I don't know, y'all are really going with the flow, huh? Yeah, this was me talking about your zodiac sign. So if you guys want some more like astrology videos, let me know because I'm totally down to make them. I love them. I was thinking about maybe talking about like the moon signs, what it means if you have like a certain moon sign, because it can really tell you a lot about yourself. So yeah, let me know, and thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!